in the background, you may want to stop it because it may kick back in, just in case. Okay. So yeah, so we should be good. Yeah. Cool. All right, stop.
We're live. We'll do it
All
live.
Right. All right, so this is like the third one of these we've done thus far. We had some new people in here, which is awesome. Everybody introduce themselves, please.
I guess I'll start. I'm John. I have been doing front-end development for about a year at this point. Went to the Iron Yard boot camp, which is where I got my start.
And your shirt.
I got this shirt from the website.
Oh,
but
it's still the Iron Yard.
And yeah, that is me in a nutshell for right now.
And how far are you along in the Grow with Google curriculum course thing?
I am finished with it. I finished, I don't know, time's kind of been lost on me lately. I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago I finished. In that time, I went back, redid my animal card, and did a Pokemon card. I made a Squirtle card.
Nice. Just
to play around with it. And just been working on learning other stuff. And then trying, as of yesterday, the day before, the day before, started learning WordPress and been messing around with that a bit. So
yeah, because you got. Can you talk about the announcement? Can you talk about that? The things. Cool.
Let's get. I will in a bit. Well, let's get through the, I guess, introductions.
All right. Let's go with Judy.
Hi, everyone. My name is Judy. I've been self-studying front-end development since last June, on and off, and currently I'm in chapter 14 or lesson 14 of the Grow with Google course, so that throws me in about the functions in JavaScript.
Okay. Nice. How are you doing with that?
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's a different way of thinking, but once you get it, you'll be like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I got stuck in functions, and I pushed through it, and I got to DOM manipulation, and I was like, oh, what?
All
so
right,
now
cool.
I'm back to functions.
Nice. Oh, well, we can talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe help you out with that. Ileana is next.
Hi. I actually studied mechanical engineering, and I got my degree in I guess a year ago, because I graduated in December. But thanks. But I don't like thermal so much, so I decided I liked programming more. And actually, most of my programming knowledge is not front-end development, surprisingly. It's like Python and MATLAB, fun stuff, like machine languages. Anyway, right now in the Grow with Google course, I'm in lesson 20, which is jQuery, which is more of what I'm used to, I guess.
So you're almost done.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Nice, nice.
Oh, cool.
Miss, and you're coming in from Hawaii?
Yeah, I'm from Hawaii.
Not too bad. Not too bad. No. And Judy, you're in Florida, Deerfield Beach area, I believe, or somewhere, right?
Yes.
Nice, nice. All right, Miss D.
Hi, I'm Deetra. I know John and Dwayne from the Iron Yard. We went to last year. I just started an internship this week, and I am only on lesson 11, so I've got some catching up to do.
Nice. I think that's farther than Dwayne. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I just turned in my animal card, so it's been a long week. So, all right. So yeah, I'm Dwayne. I have like they've said, we went to the Iron Yard. I was kind of self-taught for a while before that, just making projects for things that I thought were cool, and and now I get to work at something I was doing as a hobby, so that was cool, and it's a lot of work. Been doing a lot of work, and then last week gave my first technical presentation, which felt pretty good, so that was cool.
Was that only a week ago at this point?
Was it? Yeah, I think so. Last Monday, right?
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, it was.
Because like last Friday, forever. I think I got like food poisoning, so that kind of hindered my my whole going through the course, and so I'm back. I submitted my animal card today to the mentor forum, feedback forum, and I passed everything, so that was cool. And a couple other people on the Slack were giving me tips and things, so that was pretty awesome. And maybe you guys can help me.
Everyone in the Slack is great.
Yeah, everybody's awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody can help me with this real quick since I've been talking. Okay, margins and padding. I know what they are and what they do, but are there certain situations where using one is better than the other?
Margin is the outside and padding is just the inside of it.
Yes, but is there a certain time when you would use one than the other? You know what I'm saying?
It all depends. If you depending on what the content is, the padding, if you add more padding, it's gonna make the content within the content box smaller because it's basically squishing it all in.
Okay.
So if you don't want like say if it's like in a P tag, if you don't want your text to get squished together, you should use margin. But if you want it to, like if you have a border or something and you want space between the border and the text, you need to change the padding.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So
basically, like if you put a border around it, the padding is going to be everything within the border. The margin will be outside the border, the space outside the border.
Yeah, what you just said. Okay, so basically, because the thing is, so I guess, all right, so if you add margin, that's going to like affect everything else around it, right? Because if you have things around it,
correct,
it's going to move it. Mm-hmm. But then if I have the padding, it shouldn't move anything. It should just move the inside.
It should move the content within it. Whereas if you do margin, it'll move the content on the outside. Correct.
That's a good way to look at it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. They learned something. Cool. Judy, you said you had some things with anything specific with JavaScript, because JavaScript's a huge that you'll be learning forever. So
I figured.
Which, if any of you read my blog this week, falls into that category.
Oh, you're doing blogs now?
Look at you!
Look at you!
Yeah.
He commented on it. Judy knows what's up.
I do. Practice makes permanent. You should practice more. You suck at things less.
Exactly.
I don't have anything specific regarding functions or loops. It's just doing it more. Like, I can read a problem and then for one reason or another, hi Tony, for one reason or another, it just doesn't make sense to me. So I find myself having to watch a lot of tutorials on how to go about solving a problem before I actually do it.
So now when you're watching the tutorials, are you like going along with it, or are you just watching and then trying to memorize it?
I'm watching it to try to understand what they're doing. And then after I'm done, I close it and then try to go back to the problem. Okay. Sometimes if I'm really confused, I'll take notes, but like real basic, like what are the methods that they're using and what it does, or I'll search it on MDN and keep those tabs open while I try to recreate the solution. And usually when I recreate it, I try to use a different method. So if they're using a for loop, I'll try to use a for each instead, so that I'm not exactly copying the answer. Because I know there's more than one way to solve a function problem or recreate the solution or anything like that. So getting an answer is not an issue. I just don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to come with time, I think. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I mean, I remember, going back, that's, it's always when we were first learning it, that was my problem of trying to figure out what the problem at hand was. And like you said, I think it kind of just comes with time and practice, for you to be able to think in the way that you need to at least understand what the problem is. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to fix it or know how to do it, but yeah, basically knowing what the problem is always the first step. But kind of as what Tony just posted in our group chat here, pen and paper is always an important thing. And I know I almost said I'm working on something as well to just kind of even like draw out what I think the problem is and go from there. Sometimes it forces you to, because you can't write as quickly as you can code or type, it forces you to kind of slow down and think about it a little longer. So yeah, practice and just try to figure out other ways that you can tackle the problems going forward as well.
And also, I think I just heard or saw something about like if you can, like first, if you could write it out as like a sentence, like try to break down the actual problem before you think about code. And that way you can kind of take each part of the sentence and see what that would translate into in code or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of goes to what we talked about last week with the, or not last week, whenever the last time we did one of these was the rubber duck theory of verbalizing it, because you talk about it differently than you would if you were just going straight into coding it. So even just that different mindset of how you have to explain the problem can really help you.
Hey, shouts to Ricky and Tony joining us. If you guys could put on like headphones just in case because of feedback and things, because you guys are, drop some knowledge.
We see both your microphones are off, but if you want to hop in and chat, feel free.
And Ricky, you said you had a question about padding and margins also. What was that? And while you're doing that, hey, shouts to Alanori in the chat room and Violet O. Ricky, who's here now. Anybody else? Cool. And Alanori says, yeah, there's actually a study that says that we have better memory of things when we take handwritten notes. It helps recall concepts and the ability to understand. Word. Saying something here. Hold on. How do you? Ricky's saying something in the chat, but it keeps disappearing. Hold on. Anybody want to pull that?
So it says, so if you have text inside a border, why would adjust the padding of the border instead of the padding in the text? Margin of text.
The margin would be the outside. It really depends on what effect you want, because if you're going to put your content inside a box and you make the margin bigger, the text will be pushed up against the sides of the box. But if you adjust the padding, it will look more centered inside a bigger area, especially if you're trying to add color to the background or some sort of effect. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
I think Ricky said yes also. Too many chat rooms going on here.
I mean, yeah, if you want, one of us can even hop on and give like a quick example.
Oh, hey, there you go, Mr. Volunteer. Go right ahead, buddy.
I think I did volunteer.
Okay, let me open up Adam real quick and
then Violet O says, when I code, I usually do the visual piece first, especially the UI and buttons, then code a piece at a time. Instead of looking at I guess, as a big picture, break it down into smaller components. And it's funny because once you get more into JavaScript, you'll be doing a lot of like components and compartmentalizing things. And this is just basically like taking blocks and figuring out like your code, like how you want it to look, and kind of blocking it, like you said, and focusing each little thing to do one task, pretty much. So yeah, so that's pretty much kind of like what React is based on, and a lot of JavaScript frameworks. It's really just making things do one thing at a time really well. Yeah. Hey D, so congratulations again to D. D got her internship, just started this week.
Thanks.
So what's that been like? So because you're fresh into it, so you know what, that's a good. You have a good story because people were going to be starting this journey as well, and you're fresh into it, so you have that perspective. So how was it? First of all, how did you get it?
I got it through a recruiter, actually, from our campus director, who referred me to him. So that's kind of how I met where I'm at now. But it's still interesting. I think next week I'll learn more because actually the guy who owns the company is out of town this week. He's in Puerto Rico. So it's what, strangely enough, the job description said you need JavaScript. That we got there, and it's a WordPress site. So I've just been kind of taking this week to just kind of build a WordPress site on my local machine and just test out some things and kind of break it and play with it and put it together so I can have a better feel for WordPress. So when he actually is there next week, we can talk about it, because his site is very slow right now. It has a lot of plugins. So it'll be interesting.
Tony says WordPress is pretty fun. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it what powers like 28% of all like websites on the internet. So
yeah.
You know. But now let's talk about the process. Like, so the recruiter just was like, hey, I think this would be right for you, or?
We talked about it. I think too, he also knew from the campus director, he knew basically what we were talking about, what we learned at the Iron Yard. Strangely enough, I didn't do a test. I didn't interview. I just kind of was placed based on the job description. But so that was something that I was wondering, as far as working with the website, I didn't know that it was going to be a WordPress site until I actually got there. So that was interesting. And then just kind of diving into the site, looking at it, seeing what type of functionalities they have. And also I've just been doing a lynda.com tutorials this week and just building it from there, just kind of replicating his site. It's a much older site. It's a very slow site. So just trying to look at ways to improve it. And it's just informational. That's really all it is. There's nothing extremely fancy about his site.
But you're going to make it fancy, right?
I'm going to try.
Ricky asked in the chat room, so anybody that has experience with WordPress can answer this. What's the best way to build a WordPress site on a local machine? And I know like 2 people have been doing that this week.
The best thing I can say is
congrats there, D.
If you go to lynda.com, if you have an account, I mean, there are great courses in that, but basically the easiest thing, if you're using a Mac, download a program called MAMP.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes it pretty simple to then download it and integrate it for a local site. If you're using Windows, use something called WAMP, which is the same thing just for Windows. And it all has documentation to tell you how to do it. It is a slightly longer process than I would necessarily get into here. But pretty much once you have it downloaded, you just will run a local server on your site, and then WordPress will run off of your local server rather than having to pay for hosting online. And then you would pretty much set it up the same way. You would download WordPress and then set it up pretty much the same way you would if you were doing it online. Just the server and database would be on your local system instead.
Mm-hmm. And you can make all the adjustments that you would normally make, changing your theme or any detail, add in plugins, any of that. You do it the same way.
Cool. So yeah, so maybe you guys can like post links to anything if you happen to have any. That'd be cool.
Sure.
Let's see here. All right, so John, you had some pretty good news also since the last time we did this.
Yeah. So it's nothing official yet. It's a coding test still, but it's a 2-week coding test for a company. I'm not going to go into names or anything for now, but I will, over the next 2 weeks, basically be showing my process of from start to finish how I would create a financial assessment app, which obviously I need to get a little more information to see how in depth it needs to be. I have plenty of ideas of how I want to do it based off of what my boss will ultimately want out of it. So I'm excited. And then hopefully if he likes my work and likes my process, then in 2 weeks I will be coming back and saying that I passed the test and I got a new job.
So now, how did this come about? Because Dee had a recruiter, her own personal, helper.
We were at a meetup that involved alcohol. And
again, meetups are very important. I cannot stress that.
One of our friends, also from the Iron Yard, one of our fellow classmates, might have had a little too much to drink. So I went out on a little mini search party for him in the crowd. And once I found him, he introduced me to my hopeful future employer. Got to talking, sent him an email the next day. Actually, he sent me a message the next day before I even got a chance to email him about getting coffee. Went with him, got some coffee, and here we are.
Awesome. So yeah, and that was the same friend who got his job playing beer pong with his employer. So
meetups and drinking,
networking
work. Yeah. Yep. But
you got me, because one of the most important things is that like you can know. I think we said it before, but like you can know how to code like the best. You could be the best at it, but if people can't get along with you, because people can learn to code and do your job, but if people don't want to do the job with you, then it's kind of.
Yeah, and I think that was also one of the main things that my new potential boss was trying to let me know as well. Is I think he's a little less concerned on how well I necessarily do on the test in regards of if I get the project done, if it's up to his standards potentially. He wanted to see how I interact with everyone on the team, how I am asking questions, and just my overall process of being given something that I might not have necessarily done before. see how I research it, see how I work on it. And again, like I said, everything start to finish for this 2-week project. So
yeah, you want to make sure you don't like flip any tables when you get frustrated.
Exactly. Exactly. He wants to, again, make sure that I fit on the team and everything too. Like, I'll be in the office. I won't be just doing this from home. So, yeah.
Hey, Alanori, what's going on? You're from Tennessee? Damn it. Oh, he's above there. Virginia.
There's a good amount of states above that.
Yeah, not Virginia.
I don't think Virginia is above Tennessee.
Man, I'm trying. I'm tired. I work all day. Don't make me Google it. Oh, this is bad.
Kansas, Michigan, Ohio.
No, it was on the East Coast, I think.
His specialty is code, not geography.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can get you a Google Map API and work that into it. So. Where was it? I said Tennessee, right? Not like was it DC, Maryland?
I think he already answered. Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. That's right. Oh, that's right. Kentucky. Nice. All right. So, yeah. So, anybody have any specific things from the? Oh, as a 3-year-old. Nice. Anybody have anything specific as far as coming through the Grow with Google program that they want to talk about, or?
I mean, if you want, real quick, I can show you the little cruddy example I came up with for heading versus margin.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead and take over that screen.
It'll be quick. Hopefully it works for me this time, unlike the thing I tried to show last time.
Well, if anybody wants to show any projects that they've been working on, that's cool too.
Am I screen sharing right now?
Yes. Let me make you. I'm gonna make you. There we go. It should just be you now. Show.
Okay. So this is the thing I came up with real quick. This hello world. This is a paragraph. This is a text with a border around it. And this is a different paragraph. I'm going to be changing the one with the border around it. So in the HTML, you can see that I gave that specific paragraph tag a class just with border. And then in my CSS, you'll see if I want to change the text, so have more space around the border, I can just, again, like we were saying, change the padding, pixels, just so you can really notice it, go back to it, and now you can see that there's more padding around that, but the space of the other P tags in reference to it haven't changed. They're still the same amount of distance from that P tag with the border. But now if I wanted that to change and realize that I want the border to be pretty much touching the text, but want the other tags to be spaced out farther, same thing, that's when I would use margin. Give them, 50 pixels there, go back. And now you can see this space is different. Okay, so this has a little more just because this is because I just did all margin, not top or bottom, but so I'll have margin on each side of 50 pixels. So left, right, top, bottom.
Okay, do me a favor and add, go back and add padding to it also. And then if you can use the inspector tool to kind of go up and down, you know what I'm saying, with the values.
Yep. So now you'll see that it's got padding and margin. That's good. Elements, go around it. So now you'll see if I change the padding, it's going to change everything on the inside of the border. Okay. That's me changing the padding, making it smaller, making it bigger. And that's going to change how much space is between this text and the border. because the border is pretty much the edge of the content box. So that, like I said, is the content box. And the padding affects everything within the content box. Now, if I do the margin, that's going to affect everything outside of the content box, or everything outside of that border. So now if I make that smaller, you'll see that now everything becomes a little closer. I make it bigger again, everything starts getting a little farther away. And you'll have noticed in the first couple of pixels that the spacing between the paragraph tags actually didn't change. That's because every tag has its own built-in CSS. And I'm pretty sure with paragraph tags, it's 15 pixels, maybe a little more.
Yeah, a lot of times what you'll see is people use like resetting, what is it called? Is CSS reset a lot of times, because like John was saying, different browsers have different like built-in paddings and margins.
Yeah, I'm gonna take screen share off now. So.
All right. Okay. And so yeah, so what the CSS reset does is just like a like how you would call your CSS from like the style tag or what have you. This one uses like some website or whatever you can bring into it, and it will set everything to like 0, so that's the first thing, that your whole style gets reset. So every browser starts off at the same point, and then you add on to it with your own style, so that you'll know what it looks like on different browsers.
Okay, yeah. So Ricky asked a question. Rephrase that. If you have the border around your body or a parent class with a paragraph with three paragraphs inside it. So I guess, what are you asking? If you want space between the paragraphs or from the border of the body? So I mean, at that point, if you have a border around the body and you want things to be farther away from it, you could put padding on the body. Normally, I think you would just have then everything in regards of like coding standards. You don't typically do that. You would have even like a div as the first parent element within the body, and then have everything within that, and then you would put everything within that div. But yeah, like if you wanted everything to be a little away from that border, you would ultimately put the padding on the parent element to get it away from that border.
Yeah.
Hey, Violet.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
This is my first time in a Google Meetup or live chat.
So nice, welcome. Glad this is
you can actually hear me.
All right, and you had the headset and everything. Nice. So tell us a little bit about yourself now.
I'm actually a full stack-ish developer. Right now I do a lot with C#. I've been doing it for about 6 years.
Wow, okay, so you're wow, that's real. Okay.
Yeah, I used to do medical software, EHR software, but I switched recently, and now I do like loans and things like that. And I do a lot with MVC, which is the back end of the front end, but sometimes you have to dip into HTML and CSS and JavaScript and all that. But I thought this would be fun, and it has been. It's been interesting. I knew more than I thought I did coming in.
Nice. Cool. So you're like self-taught before?
No, I went to kind of because I went to school for it. But I went to school and I got the informatics degree, which at my college absorbed the CS degree. And it was when they were just kind of like getting the legs underneath it. So they didn't have like a really good structured learning program yet. So they taught us to be programmers, but it was all very conceptual. And so most of it I learned on the job.
Nice. And where, like, in the world are you?
I'm in Indiana.
Oh, nice. Cool. Okay. All right. Happy from all over the place. Awesome. All right. So how far along are you into the Grow with Google program?
I finished it a couple of weeks ago, so it's been. So now I'm just kind of going back and like, oh, I can add this cool thing to this project, or add this cool thing to this project. So.
Yeah, it's all about making things better.
So what was your like process in going through the Grow with Google? You know what I mean? Like, did you like all at one time, or did you do like a little bit after work, or all on the weekend, or?
Yeah, at first I started and I hit the ground running, and it was just an hour every night at least, and then you get involved in something and then you end up doing longer anyways. And then I hit a couple of weeks where I got busy and I just kind of put it aside. And someone said it earlier, I got to the DOM parts and I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. But I powered through that. And so I would say at first it was like an hour every night. I was really on top of it. And then I took a couple weeks off. And then I just kind of sat down one weekend and finished the last 3 lessons. So.
Nice, okay. Nice. All right, cool.
Everyone talking about DOM manipulation, I got to say, I was happy that for this portion of just the preview, we did it with jQuery, because DOM manipulation really is that much easier with jQuery. I'm not excited at the prospect of like the full nano degree having to do it with just vanilla JavaScript, because it's been so long since I've done DOM manipulation without jQuery. Not excited for it.
jQuery will, make things a lot easier, I guess, as far as.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, but there's always get element by ID and query selector, query selector all. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So this is but it does make
more work than $ parenthesis exactly what I want. I have to remember methods at that point.
Yeah, because like if you want something to slide in, you just be like, hey, slide in, whereas you do a few things. I feel you.
Exactly.
But I mean, hey, everything's kind of going. I mean, the thing we did before, they were using jQuery, which was kind of like, wow, okay, these guys are using jQuery, so I mean, it's useful. So, and I mean, people do use it. So, where you work will probably, depending on what they're doing, probably use it. So Violet, what do you plan? Like, what do you want to get into? I mean, you're doing programming basically already. So, what are you hoping to jump into after the program run?
A remote job, mostly. I just would like to work remotely. And I was applying for jobs. And I just happened to stumble across this, and I was kind of interested to see what it was all about, because I've looked at the nano degrees a couple of times, and I thought it'd be good for networking, see if I knew what I thought I knew, and then hopefully land a job after this, feel a little more confident.
All right. So how's the tech scene in Indiana?
Say it again?
How's like the tech scene? Is there
in central Indiana, actually, there's a lot. Surprisingly, we get a lot of call centers here because we supposedly have a neutral accent. So they used to bring a lot of call centers here, and that's where I got started, was with the call center software. So right in the middle in Indianapolis, we have like a big kind of like a bunch of tech companies, and we have even a spot called like the Tech Center. But otherwise, kind of out in the outskirts, it thins out a lot until you get up by Chicago, and then you get more.
Okay, that's cool. So do you go to meetups or anything like that, or?
I was going to go to the Indiana one for this class, and also it's for the coding boot camp, the free code boot camp. They kind of jumped in on that one, but they were mostly going to be working on the lessons, and I was done, and I don't like to take my laptop on free Wi-Fi, so I was like, oh, if you do like a meetup hangout, I'll go. That'll be fun.
So what like there's no other, as far as, because like we have the Orlando front end developers and there's like the Orlando devs. Like, is there anything like that in your area, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you, what is it, meetup.com,
Oh yeah, that
right?
place is great.
Yeah.
Yep.
My brother, he's actually a coder too. He's much better than me. But and he goes a lot of those things, and he'll say, "Hey, I'm going to like this JavaScript class, or I'm going to a Python class, or me and my buddies are going to go to this like coding school or something," and I'll tag along with him a lot of the time.
Oh, see, yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of like the best way to be able to get into these things. Right. So your brother, like, he does web development, or is he also C++ and C# and all that stuff?
Yeah, he's all of that too. But
Oh,
his
wow.
new job got into React, which he was excited about. And so he started getting into React and GitHub. He used to be Team Foundation Server like me, but now that he's seen GitHub, he has no interest in Team Foundation Server anymore. So yeah, he's C#, but he's also done a lot more with JavaScript and things like that.
Oh, that's cool. Nice. It's cool when you have like a sibling or somebody that you can like code with and things. It's really cool.
Yeah, actually, he does what is it? Unity.
Oh, so he's into games and things.
Yeah, well, not for his professional job. He has a side job that he programs for, and they have a graphics package, and they have a VR game on Steam.
Oh, wow.
Handguns. Wait, hand grenades, hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades on Steam.
Oh, sounds like a good time. All right.
Yeah. So, like I said, he's much better than me. He's very intimidating. But
You know, that's the thing. It's not really about being better. It's about how much time you put in.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brandon said that's actually a great VR game. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, has he played it? Yeah, it's somewhat popular. He had another game before that that was called Robot Butler, but it was just browser based. But yeah, a little
Wow,
cool.
from Indiana. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So now, so did he, like, he said there's a side thing, like is something that he started, or he just met these guys somewhere, or?
So, and this is another reason why I'm kind of intimidated by him, but he's really amazing because he basically just on his own time was doing tutorials like a lot of us here, right? And he just started looking into things because he's interested in them. And it was basically like a job on top of his job. And he started doing a blog. Like I think he said he was like John said he does. He started a blog. People started commenting. He met a guy in California who was like a graphics artist. And they got together and they just started doing like things for fun and started like entering in competitions and stuff and showing off their graphics packages. And then it turned into now they have their own company, an LLC, and he gets paid money for every time the package is sold in the like mobile store. Yeah, so it started out as just something fun and a blog, and it blew up into now he has like this side company. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I think it's all about putting in the work and showing your work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, keep coding and putting out work and keep coding until somebody pays you for what you've been coding, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
That's true.
That's awesome. Wow. Okay. Well, congratulations to your brother. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Be sure to tell him.
Yeah, VR and like AR and all that stuff. That stuff is pretty cool. Like, and you can a lot of that you can do through the web too now. It's pretty amazing. You know, with the Google Cardboard and all this stuff, like you can just use your phone now, and it's kind of amazing. And even React has like React VR, so you can start to get into some virtual reality stuff, and it's all like JavaScript, which is pretty amazing. It's kind of pretty cool. All right, so anybody else got anything else they want to say? Because again, it's been a long day at work, and I want to go into the Slack channels and the forums and leave some feedback on different projects and stuff. So.
No, nobody has any other questions. I've talked. I'm good. Anybody wants, I'll post the link to the blog I posted yesterday. It's a short read, nothing groundbreaking, but.
And then once this video is over, also post it into the comment section or what have you after too. That'd be great.
Yeah. I'll post it here, and then once it's done, I'll post it there.
Hey, Brent, is Brandon in? How's Brandon in the chat? Oh wait, Eleanor, is that you? Oh, okay. You at least want to share your screen and show your animal card?
Yeah, I mean, everybody show your animal card real quick. Everyone's at least past that point, right?
And
some of ours are just plain animal cards, though.
Well,
you know
what else would they be?
Yeah, actually, I was just gonna say that happened to me. I posted mine. I did exactly like the picture, and it was just a white background. And then everybody started doing like the Pokemon cards and the cool backgrounds. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that we could expand. I thought.
I mean, the first one I did, I followed exactly to that, because 99% of the time in a job, you're going to be given a wireframe, and you need to just recreate that. So the first time around, I tried to make everything exactly how it was displayed to us. And then after I was done, I played around a bit more.
Yeah, sometimes it's good just to get that first one out there. Just just get it done, and then you can kind of go back to mess around with it. All right, I think Eleanor is. Give me a thumbs up if you're like going to be screen sharing or something. All right. Okay. You know how to screen share or? All right. So if you move your the mouse over the monitor, you'll see a little like a menu slide out. You'll see
left.
On the left, you'll see a green square with the arrow. Cool. There we go. All right. So I'm going to make you. Oh wait. Whoa! Is that? I see something moving. Hold on. Let me. Oh, nice.
Oh, did he use a GIF for his?
Cool. Yeah, I was gonna say I have for my Pokemon card, I have a GIF for the backgrounds.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to share it, right, with the GIF involved, how to record it on there so you could show it, but.
So I think, when I posted mine to CodePen, I guess CodePen doesn't let you use it as the background. I could be wrong because I don't know how he put it in.
Okay. Yes, his as like an image.
His is just as an image. So I guess they let you do it that way, not as a background. I just used, I put mine up on GitHub and did GitHub pages to make it like a live site rather than on CodePen.
I think
I like it.
Yeah, it looks nice. Go back to the text. I think, but if I'm not mistaken, the fun fact thing, that's supposed to be in italics.
Yeah.
Was that in italics? Let's see something here.
Oh, that's supposed to be
part at the top.
Yeah, it's abnormally long beak. I think it's supposed to be in italicized, if I remember. And then I think you're supposed to and bold the
facts.
Like the header, that like scientific name, average length, I believe.
Lifespan and habitat have to be bold.
Damn, 3 to 12 years. What is with that range? It's a crazy range for a hummingbird. Like,
I mean, if you're a hummingbird that lives in Florida, you're probably around 12 years. If you're a hummingbird that lives in New Jersey, you probably freeze in the winter. So
I don't know. We had a crazy temperature drop here in Orlando today.
Yeah, it's cold out now.
Well, he says, they're mainly tropical, so that's weird. That's still strange. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you go to change view, I noticed you've been like messing around with the thing. If you go to change view and then go to the one either left or right, click change view again. And then see at the bottom editor layout.
Oh, where that?
Yeah.
So you can have everything to the side if you want. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if that makes it easier for you or better. I don't know because you're not saying anything, so I'm just going to assume that was cool.
But that looks good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Never would have thought to use like a GIF. That's awesome. I like the colors too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who wants to show this next?
D.
No, you talked about this. Mine was a plain Jane.
So
show us anyway.
Yeah, show your work.
People. All right, how do I do this share thing?
You just told me.
I did
how to do it.
You put me on the spot. Okay, so can everybody see?
Yes. Oh, you already had your coat pen up and everything? You knew you wanted to share this. Come
no,
on.
I just did it.
Whatever.
See, I made so for my coat pen, I made a collection. So my projects I'm just putting in here.
Fancy.
Yeah, a little bit. So that's just it. It's a giraffe. I took the picture when I was at a zoo.
That'd be a zebra. Totally different animal.
Oh, shoot. I keep switching. Yeah, I did an elephant first and a giraffe, and then I finished on zebra. So,
oh, so you did like 3 of them. Oh,
I did, actually. I did. But that's the last one.
So why'd you switch them up? You just decided you like zebras better?
I didn't really have a favorite animal. They were just all animals I like animals and I like going to zoos or to actually Disney's Animal Kingdom. And so they were all animals I took pictures of.
Oh, so this is your own picture here?
Yeah.
Oh, fancy. Nice.
That one's in Arizona. So.
Nice.
I was going to say, where are you getting that close to zebras in Animal Kingdom?
No, this one was in Arizona. It was at a zoo. It's Camp Fair Day.
Okay.
We were on a bus. A school bus, a yellow school bus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool. All right.
So, okay, I'm going to stop sharing now.
All right, John, you're up next in my list here.
Do you want to see my animal card or my Pokemon card?
Hey, both, whatever.
Okay, let me bring up the animal cards then. Hold on one.
I know Judy's like making dinner. I don't know if Judy wants to, hop on to show hers also. Maybe Ricky, Tony, Violet.
What lesson was that animal card in?
You said Arizona. That's funny.
What was it? I'm sorry.
Project 2?
Yeah, it's like lesson 4, I think, or 8 or something.
Yeah.
That's an 8. Okay.
Yeah, lesson 8.
So, Tony, how far along are you? Lesson 4. Okay, you're almost there. They go by pretty quick because this is like the actual second. Because the first one was to remake the article or something, right? Like
yes,
about Go, and then this is the next one. Eleanor is on 12. All right. Somebody just joined. Ivan. Yes, Ivan. Hey, Ivan.
Hello.
And Ivan, if you could, I don't know if you have headphones. If you could have headphones, that'd be awesome. So you don't have any feedback.
Okay. So
you got a lot of people here. All right.
I know.
This is pretty good. People from all over the place too. It's crazy.
Okay, so this was my animal card. Like D, this is also a picture I took at Animal Kingdom of the new baby Sumatran tigers.
Nice.
So yeah, I just tried to follow it as close as possible with the shadow on the side, the spacing, the lighter borders and stuff. But that is pretty much it.
All right, very nice.
And then
and you have this in your what, code pen or oh no, this is off your oh,
yeah,
fancy, doing a live server and stuff. All right, it's from your Atom. Okay.
Yep. Let me get back to.
Look who's fancy now.
Right.
Must
be nice.
Hey, I tell you, people, look into plugins. Adam has some great plugins.
They do.
What code? Speaking of that, so what's everybody's favorite IDE? Like, what are you guys coding in? I know I think they said Atom in the program, right? Atom. All right.
Well, they
Sublime.
said Atom and Sublime.
All right.
Atom's free.
True.
Okay. And then here is the Pokemon card.
Oh, okay.
Look at you.
Using the GIF as a background for some bubbles. And then everything else is based off of the original Squirtle Pokemon card. So, in a bit. The only thing I couldn't get was the font. I couldn't find like the exact font that was on the cards. But other than that,
so how did you position like all the stuff around there? Like that bubble line and the.
So this is using Flexbox.
Okay.
So this will be all
VS
within.
Code, right? VS Code, nice.
Yeah. So this will all be within a div that has the display of flex, and then the alignment is, I think, like align center or something. That's what makes it so it's all basically aligned along the x-axis.
Okay.
Then that's pretty much so all of this stuff. So this line here is that the text, this stuff down here will all be. Then it's just got like this is a border around it. This is like a background color, a border with shadow. I can show you the code, but it's not the necessarily cleanest code, but so you'll see that like the basic is like the top part is all within a parent class of a header, and it just has like the basic thing that it says up top. And then that one line I have within a parent div of the name of the Pokemon, the health, and then the image at the end to show what type of Pokemon it is. Then the image, the stats, and then each specific attack.
Next to the Pokemon, oh, that's so you can have like an accent or something over the E? It's like POK ampersand E, okay.
Yeah, so it's the ampersand E acute is what puts the accent over it. That's just something I looked up online.
That's cool. So that's with, is that with just like your font or you can just do that with pretty much anything?
That's just a thing that's built into HTML. So there's a lot of things. If you use the ampersands and then like certain things after that will give you different symbols pretty much. There's a whole list of them if you look them up. Yeah.
I know like ampersand like for space, like ampersand like non-breaking space. Like so that's ampersand NBSP. Like you know, semicolon or something, but I did not know that. Cool.
Yep. It's ampersand is a powerful tool. Ampersand and backslash are powerful tools in HTML.
And backticks. Backticks are the real MVP.
And backticks, yeah. And everything else is kind of similar. Parent classes, and then I use SAS, which I know a lot of people are not a fan of anymore. But
fancy.
I do all of my CSS in that, and then have it compiled. So, in all honesty, my compiled CSS, I have no idea what's going on here because I didn't write any of this. I am a fan of my crystal clear SAS, which to most people might still not be crystal clear, but it makes sense to me.
Hey, and at the end of the day, that's important.
Yep.
All right, so Judy, are you ready to show your animal card, or
I did. I shared it in the chat.
Oh no, but you gotta share it on the thing here. It's on the so you can,
How do I do that?
About it. All right, so if you move your mouse over your screen, you'll see over on the left-hand side a menu slide out. Click the little green square with the arrow in it.
Green square. Okay.
It's a little monitor icon.
Yo.
Oh, pretty awesome.
This is what I was watching earlier. Can't even do that. Okay, so.
And you know what's funny? Isn't that show like based in Orlando or something? Like, didn't the guy who created the show based on his life when he was in Orlando? I think.
Yeah, he was actually the narrator. Like they got him to narrate his story, for the first season, and then for some reason in the second season they're like, "We're done with this. You're done. You don't have to narrate anymore."
It's like, we don't need you to tell your life story anymore. You're good. Thanks.
But we'll make the show about you. So
that's awesome.
I like your Git and GitHub commands. You have great notes.
Oh, these are actually from Julian because we did a Code Buddies hangout earlier today. These are just some of the notes that he shared with everybody. I can send that to you guys.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, that would be great. I just did a Git and GitHub workshop this week.
Hey, Ileana's back. But Git. If there's something when you go to work, Git is definitely a thing you want to learn.
Yeah, I'm making some sketch notes for it currently, and hopefully I can share that soon.
Cool.
So this is my trading card.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very nice. Oh, you got a little gradient in the background too and stuff. All right.
Yeah, that took some work.
Can you change the settings so that it stays on Judy?
You're supposed to. Is it not?
No, at least not for me. So.
Oh, I've been clicking everybody's name so it comes up.
Because it is. Oh, see, it is for me. Like it's staying.
Maybe it's just me. As long as it does that, I guess, for the...
Yeah, let me look at the YouTube video.
All I know is that I see my own screen.
Yeah, it's staying on her for the live stream. Yeah. So I guess on my end, I need to make sure I just click on Judy. Never mind.
I had no idea what to put for the random facts, so I just put the first thing that I found about butterflies.
Essentially cold-blooded. Nice. They're like, yeah,
it's true. They pump fluids into their wings. Their wings are a bunch of hollow tubes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, did you guys want to see the code for this?
That's why you're not supposed to touch them, right? Because you crush the tubes, and then they can't fly anymore, right?
Well, you're not supposed to touch them because the scales from their wings will just come off.
Okay. Well, I knew you weren't supposed to touch them. I just didn't know why.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, because they have scales on their wings, and when you touch them, they come off of their wings, and it damages them.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So
leave butterflies alone. All right.
Either way, don't touch them.
So, did you guys want to see the code for this, or?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sublime. Yeah. Ooh. Minimize. So this is the CSS, and let me pull up the styles. And these are the styles that I use. I feel like I cheated. I used a gradient generator.
Hey, if it's on the web, you're good to go.
But at least, and now I know it's cross-browser friendly, so.
There you go, true.
Yeah.
That's never cheating.
It's just using your resources.
Yeah, I mean, using a generator. That's what it's there for.
Yeah. Well, this is all the CSS that I wrote. I feel like I didn't really write that much. The only thing that
that looks really good for how little CSS there really is. So that's actually very impressive.
Yeah, I like to not write a lot. I don't know if that's good or bad for simple projects.
I think it's good.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be too verbose. You kind of want to make it so that anybody can just read it and understand it. So you don't want to have too many things going on.
And I did start the 30 sites in 30 days one. I'm not done with it yet, but this is
like 30 websites.
Yeah, it's like one of those other challenges that they have you do. But
I had not heard that one yet.
No,
was that something somebody posted in Slack?
But essentially the first project is from Free Code Camp, where it's the portfolio page, and when you click a link, it goes to the section. And I guess if Ricky is still on here, this is a good time to mention the padding. So the padding, I inserted more padding so that when it jumps to About Me, it doesn't cover up the actual About Me.
Okay.
It'll give space to look at it. Otherwise, when it jumps down, well, this is too. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, it had that issue when I was just doing Free Code Camp in general.
Yeah, so then when it jumps down, it'll jump down to here. You have to add padding to get it to come up to the right spot. Otherwise, it'll just jump to the. If you increase the margin, it'll just keep jumping to that one spot. But it's for the most part with what it has, it's responsive so that when it shrinks down, it has a little hamburger.
And that's done with all with like CSS, HTML, and
this is all done with Bootstrap. So I'll show you the file. This is all Bootstrap. This is the file for it.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Have you guys have used Bootstrap before, right? Or no?
I am all about Bootstrap. I love Bootstrap.
And so Bootstrap link here, and JavaScript and jQuery link here. Otherwise, this hamburger wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I was like, damn, you did that with just like CSS?
Yeah.
I think you could technically do it with just CSS and transitions.
Yeah, but who wants to do that when
it would be really difficult. I mean, I think you would still have to write a JavaScript file for it, but like you don't need Bootstrap. It's just easier with Bootstrap.
Yeah, it's like kind of like jQuery.
Yeah. But that's all I had. I'll get you guys the links. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now.
Cool.
All right. Ilyana, are you ready to show yours or come back to you?
Yeah, I can show mine.
All right, here we go.
How do you screen share?
All right, so move your mouse. Oh, you got it.
Okay. Here's my trading card.
That is adorable.
Yeah, it's one of the only native mammals, and it's actually to Hawaii, and it's actually endangered.
Oh wow!
They're so cute though. They actually had yeah.
Of course.
They had cousins. Like they had the Mediterranean monk seal and Caribbean monk seal, but I think those two like went extinct or something.
Yeah, humans are horrible.
Sadly.
Yep.
Yeah. And because Judy shared her portfolio through mine.
Cool.
But I liked how you did around the picture. It was like not just
oh yeah, it's
rounded. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I cited source. It's important.
Yeah.
How did you do
what?
In the picture, so that only the two, the top left and the bottom right.
Oh, the borders. Here. The border radius, bro. Right here.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that you could define it per corner. Oh, that's really cool. That's
you can see, it's kind of like the same thing for padding and margins.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Ivan said he has something to share too. Cool. Nice. All right. So you said you wanted to show your portfolio. All right.
Yeah.
So the hello part where it's typing, that's JavaScript?
Yeah. I found it online, a Matt Bolt. Yep. And then,
you guys are all way creative. Way more creative than me. My portfolio looks terrible compared to these.
I didn't contact.
Cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So the tribute page, that's a free code camp. Okay, so have you gone through the free code camp
No,
like
I didn't
totally
finish
or
it yet. No, I haven't finished it. I stopped at like the weather machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. All right. Good job. Ivan, I think you said you're ready, sir. All right. Don't make me just put this on a black screen. Hopefully, so if you want to share, like move your mouse, this like a menu will come out to the left, and then you just click the green square. Oh, there we go. Oh.
All about the Huskies.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's the actual working dogs. It's the dog breed group. Damn, I don't want to be known as like the working anything. Like that's what your life is about.
I don't think anybody ever told my husky that she was supposed to be a working dog.
And he's a taskmaster. All right, taskmaster. Is that a blog or? So, are you good? Oh, just notes from school. All right, I'm seeing my face on here. This is weird. Okay, John, are you? Oh, John already showed. Judy showed.
I already went.
Ricky. It's really difficult when there's no thing. All right, Violet, you ready to go?
I can. It's
all right.
Not super interesting because again, I was.
Yeah, you made it. It's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, I had zebras playing.
Ricky said lost his. He's doing it now. Nice. All right.
Is that working? Can you see it?
No.
No. I thought I did the screen share. Oh, I had to click the share button.
Oh,
koala.
Look at that.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Oh, very nice. Oh, that's cool.
That's it. And so I want to go back and do like the cool backgrounds and do like a Pokemon card or something like that. Or someone did anybody see the Zoidberg card? That was pretty funny.
No.
Yeah. Someone posted it in Slack and I was like, oh, so I want to go back eventually and retouch this, but
yeah.
That's the problem with that Slack is if you aren't on it when they post it, you're never finding it.
Right.
That sounds great.
All right, Tony.
Well, I was only spend 15 minutes a day in social activity. Sounds like my kind of life.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, oh yeah, I think I'm a koala. So.
Let's see. Okay, well, I guess. Okay, while everybody else is getting ready, I guess I'll just show mine real quick or something. Where is this thing here? Make sure I don't have anything on my computer that shouldn't be shown.
That's what I had to do is close out the tabs and everything.
Erase history. I don't even have CodePen ready. Let me see. CodePen. Okay. Actually, you know what's cool? I made my thing a project because with that you could like upload your images and things to it. That was pretty cool project.
Oh, that's good to know. That would have been good to know actually for all of the free code camp things I've done that they make you put it on CodePen. Have a bunch of pictures.
And what's like you can also you can set up. I guess they have like templates, and I think one of them was like React, so you could make like React projects here, which is pretty cool. All right, let me see here. Screen share. Okay, this entire screen, sure, why not? All right, can everybody see this?
Yep.
Kind of. All right. Hold on. Okay. We're good, right? So yeah, so I chose the cheetah. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of the cheetah. And just kind of, that's pretty much it. And it's funny because when I posted it, I saw some people are saying it really depends on the browser that you're using. Because the first time people were like, oh, I can't see the scroll bar. So then I made the scroll bar like where it has to show. Okay, let me show the CSS for that. Oh, but yeah, so you can scroll. So you can see all the text. And
another interesting fact about the cheetah, the only cat that doesn't have retractable claws.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I didn't know it was the only one, but yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, it's kind of. And then also because of the muscles between the skull and jaw, they're short, and so he can't open his mouth as wide as like other cats, which is kind of a thing. I was like, wow. But yeah, imagine that thing running at you at 70 miles per hour. No way. All right, so I added the scroll bar because some folks said they couldn't see it. So, but then the thing is, I believe if you're using a Mac, it won't show anyway. It doesn't matter. So what I did, that's under animal description. So yeah, right here. So I just did the overflow. So I kind of shortened it so that anything won't show. It'll just be within that square. But if you want people to be able to access the whole thing, then you can either put scroll or auto. And so if it does need it, it will have the scroll bar if it needs it. But if not, it won't show it. But then if you want it to always show, then you put that scroll. And there's like autoflow X and all these other things. And it just depending on the browser, because if you look at this like on a Mac, you won't see this scroll bar. But yeah, that's kind of what I came up with. So, oh, and then this is just a PNG. So I used that because I wanted something that where it was kind of like, because you know how like you see like Natural Geographic and you'll see like the cheetah like looking through like the grass at its prey. I kind of wanted something similar to that where it was. Yeah, so I kind of did that. Really and then this is just a PNG where like right here is just all transparent.
Very cool.
Yeah, so cool.
So the funny thing about these cards too was like, especially now seeing like your background and your PNG and your scroll bar and everything, I'm like, oh man, I really wish I'd gone like, I'd gone bigger and better on that. But when I posted it in the Slack channel for review, the specific card channel one, some people in there tore me apart. Like, oh, the picture's supposed to be the same size as this. You don't have the margins right. This isn't right. And so at that point, I think that's when I decided, okay, it has to look exactly like the picture. Otherwise, I'm wrong because they just ripped it apart and I took it off of there. And I was like, okay, never mind. It's not finished. Don't look at it. So I think at that point, that's when I'm like, I can't do anything cool with this. It has to be exactly like what they showed. So now I regret it because those are cool.
With me and the Pokemon card and a couple other channels, like a lot of like it was like 50-50. Like 50% of people were like, "Oh, this is awesome! Like I'm gonna try something like this when I finish," and the other 50% were like, "Have you ever seen a Pokemon card? This isn't what they look like. What are you even doing?" Like, sorry.
Welcome to the internet.
Yep.
Your interpretation.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, as long as you hit the requirements, you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Because otherwise, all websites would look the same and nothing would ever advance. You know, so it's always, you know, you always got to have people that think outside the box and push the limits and the envelope and things like that. So,
like, send in red sports cards into space.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That just happened.
It's funny. I actually like where I live. I could see the rocket go up into space. It's kind of cool. And
I missed I had been planning on going and watching it, and then they postponed it, and I was like, I'm gonna go do some other stuff. And then I was listening to the radio, and they're like, "Oh, we just launched it." And I was like, "Oh."
But it was visible in Orlando.
Yeah, I saw the trail afterwards. You could see the smoke from it. But
yeah, like from I could actually see like the fire, the flames coming from it. I'm like, that's a big rocket. Because normally you wouldn't see the flames, but yeah, it's a huge rocket.
Biggest rocket since Saturn V.
So now my question is, now, okay, I don't know if the live stream is up, but they call him Spaceman, the guy in the Tesla that's in space.
Yeah. Correct.
Like they have the live video feed on him. What is it in? Because I'm sure it's just not like the Tesla floating out in space. I mean, I'm sure it's
just the car
out in space.
Yeah.
The car?
Wait, they literally
just up there with the rockets, and then didn't the rockets like come back down and like land perfectly?
Which was pretty awesome. Yeah, like at the same time, that was pretty cool. No, wait. You mean he literally just took the car and just? So it
was in the top of the biggest rocket.
Yeah.
Of the bigger rocket, and then when it got out of Earth's orbit, it was ejected. So now,
I thought it was supposed to be like going to Mars or something.
Yeah, it's gonna orbit
it is
Mars.
A Tesla Roadster with Spaceman floating out towards Mars.
But it's not in like a capsule or nothing. It's just the car chilling.
Nope.
Which is great PR for the Tesla cars, right?
Yeah.
I guess if it makes it, because I mean, I'm assuming
they're saying that the radiation in space will pretty much like deteriorate the car before it even gets close to Mars, but it's still cool.
Okay, because I thought it was going to be an actual like capsule or something on its way to Mars.
Nope.
Because if I saw the live stream, it was just like on a GoPro hanging out. Just I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Theoretically, by the time it actually gets to Mars, the only thing that might be left is Spaceman, because he's actually in the spacesuit designed to sustain that radiation. So the car literally might deteriorate around him.
Oh, I'm sure of it. That's wow. That's okay. Well, that's hey, you know, science. Hey, and you know what? And I'm sure people told Elon Musk, hey, don't do that. You can't do that. That's not the right way. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm gonna send my car into space.
And then got his flamethrower out and
right?
Yeah.
How many millions of dollars did he make? That's amazing. Yeah. That's just. And well, they say he's like the real life Tony Stark, so I can that's
And he proved
it. In a way, he's pretty anti artificial intelligence. So
he was the one who thinks that this is all a simulation anyway, so might as well.
That's why he's so against it.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, whatever. It's just reset. It's cool.
It's like literally in an argument with Zuckerberg every day. Shut down his AI.
Must be nice to have money just to sit around and argue all day. Okay, so Alanori posted a link to the Instagram of okay. Let me share this. Okay, so that makes sense then because I didn't see that. Let me screen share it real quick. Just in case I'm not the only person in the world that didn't know this. So yeah, okay. There he is, hanging out, and they just sent it just like that. Amazing. Okay. Oh, then of course people are saying it's fake and stuff. So that's pretty amazing.
Just like the moon landing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because you can't tell that the clouds are moving. The clouds that are 1 million miles away aren't moving.
Oh, that is awesome. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, hey, shouts to Elon Musk. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Does that make up for Tide Pod challenges? Like we're supposed to have flying cars, and instead we're eating Tide Pods, but we're sending cars into space. So.
I don't know.
You know what? Natural selection. That's natural selection. That's just. I mean, if that crosses your mind as something you want to do, I mean, all power to you. Just. I mean, I don't think you're going to be curing cancer. So if if you're of age and you're a grown person and you want to eat Tide Pods, I mean, who am I to stop you? You would think common sense would stop you, but hey, you know, common sense is not always common, apparently. All right, so this has been awesome.
On that note.
Yeah.
That's a great note to end on.
Yeah, I got some Tide Pods I got to attend to.
They have Tide Pod donuts now, so there you
go.
Internet, and we're going to be a part of it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, but thank everybody for, tuning in. Now, anybody that wants to say anything, please go ahead and shout it out. Let's start with Violet. She's on my thing here. So anything you want to shout out, people check you out, Slack or anything like that, please go ahead. Self-promotion time.
I sound really smart right now. I'm so ill prepared. I'm always the one who volunteers to go last and things.
Well, okay, how can people find you on the Slack channel? There you go.
Oh, I don't know. What is my name on the Slack channel? I assume it's Violet O. Yeah, if anybody wants to look me up or chit chat, I've been chit chatting with a few people who reached out to me. I'm just Violet on there. I think I'm the only one.
Nice.
So, yeah, if anybody wants to reach out and chit chat and keep in touch, I'd love to do this again. It was totally a fluke that I even saw this in the Slack, because like you said, if you're not in the Slack channel at the exact right time, you miss these things. And yeah. I think Eleanor posted it, and I was like, yeah, I'll check that out. And I thought maybe it was just a recording of the live chat. So if someone, wants to buzz me the next time this happens, I'd love to come watch again. Or
join
yeah, definitely.
Sure, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so Tony hasn't been talking, but shouts to Tony. Ricky. Okay, Ricky said, sorry, disappeared. Heck yeah, Tide Pods. How often do we do this meetup? I mean, we try to do it every week.
It's been kind of sporadic.
Yeah, well, life. So, but we normally do these on Sundays.
We're going to do it every Sunday, but so far we've only done it one Sunday.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest group we've had.
Right?
Yeah.
See, it's a good thing we did this. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Maybe Thursday's our day.
Maybe.
I mean, well, what day is good for everybody?
I mean, most of the time, it doesn't matter for me.
Yeah. We'll put it up on, I guess, Ricky says Thursdays. We'll maybe, oh, wow. Illinois, 6-day work week for you next week. Damn. Well, what day aren't you working? He's like, I don't know. When they tell me not to come in. Ivan says, Thursday as well. Okay,
for me, it's Sunday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday are pretty busy days.
Okay. Wait, you said Sunday through Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I don't know. I think we should keep it Thursdays.
Yeah, Thursdays are good.
Thursdays seem to be it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Illinois says Friday, but you can watch from work. All right. True. Okay. So I guess this will be the Thursday Hangouts then. If everybody's good with that.
I like it.
Cool.
Awesome. Wait, any meetups on Thursday? Hold on. Every time we do this, then there's the next week is a meetup. So
next week I don't.
I know Monday there's a meetup. Maybe it was Friday. I know there's everybody should
meet up on a Friday. So
there's 10 essential soft skills. Yeah, there is a meetup on Thursday.
There's one.
Yeah, there's one on Friday too. But Thursday we got a good response.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Okay, I'm on 8%. I gotta go get a power charger.
With your fancy laptop, must be nice. You'd think it'd have a good battery life. Okay. So I guess go with Thursday, and if anything, I can just check in, use my phone as a hotspot or something, and we'll do that. Let me see, when is this? Because maybe we can do it earlier on a Thursday, maybe.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. Is this is a little intense for me. Like I was supposed to start working out like an hour ago, but I was like, no, I want to do meetups.
Well, you're working out your mind. So you're working out something.
Yeah, that's not used often enough, so that's good.
Okay, so yeah, so 7 o'clock, there's actually 2 meetups. So, okay, and they're at 7. So if you guys want to do this a little bit earlier, I can just, head downtown.
I was going to say, we could even say do it at like 6 or something.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. So let's say like 6 o'clock. I'll probably be downtown.
I don't get out of work until 6:30 technically 7. I don't get out of work until 7.
Okay.
Let's talk about this on the Slack. We'll just post something in. Now, where should we post this in Slack so people can go to?
Is there a Slack channel dedicated to this, or?
I don't know.
Study buddies, I think.
What was
There's
it?
like meet study buddies.
Because there's a meetup channel. There's a study.
Like every time I look, there's a million new channels. So.
Yeah.
We could just post it on the forum too, and make a poll on the forum.
Oh, there you go. We could do that too. All right. So okay.
The forums. We need to look that up.
All right. So if somebody could post in the meetups channel on Slack, like make a forum post in the poll, since Judy kind of knows how to do that, right? Would that be cool? Is that cool? If you can make a poll.
I'm making the post?
Yeah, if you can make a post with the poll and then post that link into Slack under, I don't know what channel. Let me see.
I don't know what we're talking about. So
there's the meetups channel.
The meetups channel.
There is a meetups.
Is that pretty active, or because I don't want to post something there? And
there's only 300. There's only like 378 people in it though.
I think my head would explode if 300 people came onto this hangout.
No, I don't think
yeah.
Because only like the max I think is 10 that can actually be on this chat thing. So all right, so okay, cool. So plan. Judy, if you can make the poll in the forums and then post the link to that in the meetups channel of Slack.
Okay, I'm gonna need some like time options for what times you want people to poll for. That makes sense.
Well, how about we put I was gonna say maybe put like days, and then whether it be like morning, afternoon, evening, and then try to
keep it simple.
Yeah.
Usually when you poll, you want like 5 or less options.
And we already know, like most of us, I know for us, the 3 of us, like days are not great right now. So it would have to be evening during the week.
Does someone want to take a screenshot of this and put it in the meetups? So we're kind of like the live meetup where they have a picture of everyone.
Oh, true.
We have a screenshot
that'd be
of
great.
everyone.
Yeah.
That is a
and
very
put it
good
in the meetups thing.
Oh, that is a great idea.
Everybody, fluff your hair. Get ready.
I'm ready.
Did you get your beard too?
Just jazz hands.
Okay. Wait, what?
Oh yes, next week is Valentine's week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's Wednesday. And Thursday is the day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That's cheap chocolate day.
Discount chocolate.
That's a good one.
I stashed all the chocolates I got from Christmas.
Yeah, chocolate doesn't last long where I'm at.
It lasts for like a year.
Oh no, I eat them. That's what I mean.
Yeah, you survive all the Sour Patch Kids, so I don't think you count.
Yeah, Sour Patch Kids.
With how much candy?
So
how much candy you need as a grown man?
Hey, candy has no age limit.
Am I pulling for evening times or for the week, or am I just pulling for evening times on one particular day?
That's a good question.
I have no idea.
Let's keep it simple.
All right.
Let's shoot for Thursday. I mean, well, We have the biggest group so far on a Thursday or Sunday, maybe. Like, pick 2 days.
Pick 2 days, pick 2 times.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sounds awesome. Let me.
So Thursday, Sunday. What are the times?
I'm pretty much good. Pretty much any time Sunday.
You can't pull for that.
Oh, I'm just saying my preference. I'm cool with whatever.
Well, we can start with 7 on Thursday. I don't know.
I mean, on Sunday, if you want, we can do a morning time and a later time.
Not too early.
And then on Thursday, just do like 6 or 7 to 7 o'clock, I guess.
Yeah.
Because this has also been our longest one. Normally, we cut it off at an hour too. So.
So Thursday at 7, Sunday at also 7 at night, or
maybe 11 and 7.
I was gonna say 10 in the morning and 7 at night.
Okay.
But I also don't want it taking up my whole day, you know.
Yeah.
No.
Gotta get up out and about.
I think we're in an Eastern
To
time
see
zone.
Mickey?
Yes. For most of us.
Yeah. Not here.
No, not you.
It's 4 now.
So you're probably not gonna vote for the morning on Sunday.
No way. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
That's 3 options.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's fine because
if it gets to be too broad,
yeah, then people will, they're gonna be like, I can pick all of these.
Mm-hmm.
And so, did we decide we were comfortable with like a screenshot of everybody on there? Does everybody feel good?
Oh, I've been taking screenshots.
Oh, have you? Okay. I was like taking some, and I'm like trying to decide who wants to be up on screen when it happens.
Well, yeah,
I like my still shots.
Wants to be showcased.
Yeah, I was. Well, I'm going to show. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, too bad there's no way we can like get like a just like maybe like the Google logo thing or something. Let's see. I just took random shots when people were talking. So, and then ones that were people like, you know, eyes not open or anything.
Get a good screenshot of someone with like the half open eye and everything.
Yep.
Okay. 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 Hold on. Let me crop this out.
Get it.
And then, okay, I'm going to share this one. Let me screen share. Did anybody else get any? Because, you know, I'm not the greatest at this. So.
Yeah, you were on them.
Oh, who the what now?
You were there.
For the screenshots? Well, yeah, I was taking them. Hold on.
Inception.
How's that?
Oh, not that.
That was like the latest one. So.
Not that. Delete.
All that this one. All that this one.
Really?
I have 2, but I also use
Of who?
There's one with Deetra and I have one with John as
Let's go with John.
Main screen. I'm not gonna lie, I was mostly making sure I wasn't making a weird face. Like I didn't care about anybody else.
So, what should I call the post?
Google Hangout meetup.
Time, yeah. Google Hangout meetup time poll. I don't know. Or next next Google Hangout poll.
When do you want to talk
When do you want to join? Yeah. When do you want to say hey?
That's a horrible title. When do you want to say hey?
I'm gonna write next Google Hangout. Next Google Hangout meetup time question mark.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, question marks. People are like, oh, what's this? Sounds good.
Did we decide on that we were using that picture of D?
No, no.
Where do we land on that?
I'm cool with it.
No, no.
Is there a way to?
It'd be cool if there was a way to just take the images at the bottom and do like a Brady Bunch thing.
Well, I could probably do a.
I feel like Skype used to let you do that. I don't know about.
Do the star? Does that work?
No, that's
what does Showcase do?
I'm thinking what we can do is I can probably screen share and I'll get the Google thing that they sent us, the Google emblem.
I have the poll ready to enter into the forum.
Nice.
You don't have anything else you want me to add in there? Did you want a picture?
Do it.
Hey, do what you do.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna put it in there.
Do it.
Brandon's got a pic. What's Brandon's
Should I
picture?
tag everybody? Or are you guys gonna just look for it?
That one works.
No, that was cool. No, we're good. No, I'm going to find this Google.
I'm down with the one that you just posted.
That's cool. No,
too.
we're good. No. Let me find this Grow with Google thing real quick.
Dwayne, the main centerpiece.
No, that's cool. No, I'm good.
You are the main moderator. You're the man in charge.
You are.
No, I'm cool. Okay.
Yeah, actually, the one I took was with you on it too.
No, we're good. Okay. View the image. We're gonna roll with this one, and screen share.
I'm comfortable doing jazz hands if no one else wants to be.
What's your forum username?
Okay. So.
Dwayne?
Oh crap! That didn't work. Yes. All right. Can everybody
What's
see
your forum
that?
username?
Oh, I think it's just Dwayne.Hemmings. DWANE.
That's the picture we need right now.
That would have been a great
I don't think I'm able to
Oh,
find
that's
it.
awesome. Yeah,
What
that'd be
happened?
kind of cool.
You need this picture as the main Google Hangout picture.
We're gonna make you
I'm
our
cool with that. That's cool. Oh,
All
crap,
that's
what
on
is
the
it?
screen is just.
Dwayne, I can't find you on the forum.
I'll leave a reply or something. Just go ahead and just post it. So yes, everybody's cool with that? Somebody take a screenshot. That's pretty cool.
Well, right now it's just the Inception.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I thought we were gonna do the Inception. I thought that was cool.
Oh, are we doing the Inception? Okay. I'll take a
There you
screenshot.
go. Perfect.
Did you get it?
Oh, am I taking a screenshot?
I don't know.
Oh, I did take a screenshot. I just don't know how to share it.
Well, just post it into the what you call it? The old thing
What?
there, the Slack or whatever, live meetup thing. Like, hey, this is what we did.
Oh, okay. Live meetup? What? Oh, no, meetups.
Yes.
Okay. Duh.
That was a good idea. I like this. This is cool.
All right, I gotta go before I burn my dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Don't burn your dinner.
Oh my gosh.
It says processing up, done.
Done?
It's
Nice.
there.
All right. Let me stop this crap. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is really super awesome. And yeah, so we'll just decide when we'll do this next. Let's post this into the thing.
Cool.
Wait. Oh yeah, I'll probably find the link. If anybody could find the post and post it into the meetups also for the next one, that'd be great. I guess like leave a reply to the picture that Dietra put up with the poll, with the picture.
I got it.
Thank
That's
you.
what I'm talking about. Word up, because I'm hungry and I'm tired and I got a lot of stuff to do. All right.
Yeah, I'm ready for some Cam Crunch. We're good.
All right, everyone. Again, thank you very much, and continued success with everything. And I hope you guys,
Peace out.
see you guys around.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
You all
See ya.
too.